Okay, folks, this is video number 2 for your iMagic tool. Okay, so again, this is the Dealer Synergies protocol on how to use iMagic's internet lead management tool for your internet team. Now, this is related specifically to the internet coordinators or the appointment setters, aka BDC reps for all the dealerships. Again, just to recap briefly, when you first come into iMagic, the very first thing you're going to do is look at your appointments. You're going to see if you have any appointments in your appointment scheduler. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at your fresh leads or your urgents. Okay, these are going to be your first responses. You're going to respond back to them through via email and phone call. After that's done, you're going to go through all your responses, all people that emailed you back. Does that make sense? Okay, then you're going to go into your follow-up. Now, there's a past due, and as iMagic will tell you, it's really not past due. It's just a category that they label past due. What we're going to keep this, or what we're going to think of this as, is post 30 days. Okay, past due. It's not that it's due. It's just going to be post 30 days. The Dealer Synergy process is for the first 30 days, the frontline coordinators are going to do email, phone call, email, phone call, email, phone call for the first 30 days. Okay, that's the frontline coordinators. As you are all aware, Buchanan Toyota is going to have what's called a lost opportunity coordinator. A lost opportunity coordinator is a coordinator that does not handle any fresh leads. They're going to only handle leads that have been deaded or marked inactive by the frontline coordinator team, and any leads that are post 30 days. So let me make sure that this is understood, because we didn't really go into this before. You got to remember that the coordinator has only 30 days. It's only 30 days that you're going to focus on that lead. Does that make sense? If for whatever reason you've been emailing, phone calling for 30 straight days and a prospect does not respond to you, then you're going to mark that lead bad. You're going to go right here and you see that there's leads bad or lost. Bad, you're going to mark it bad or lost depending on what your dealership wants you to do, but basically you're going to mark it dead. Okay, it's a non-viable lead, and the reason is, it's post 30 days. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to go all the way to over here to past due. The lost opportunity coordinator, all the leads that you deaded for whatever reason are going to be the AKA fresh leads of the lost opportunity coordinator. Any leads that are post 30 days old are going to go into the past due category, which will be AKA fresh lead for the lost opportunity coordinator. That means that we're going to have two teams of internet coordinators. Team A is going to focus specifically, on your fresh leads, and you have a 30-day time clock. Team B is going to be your lost opportunity coordinator that only handles your dead leads and leads that are post 30 days old. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, I'm just going to go here to Control Panel really quick. I'm going to Control Panel. I'm clicking it, and then I'm going to click. It's under Jason. Now, if I click, are any of these people getting leads right now, Jason? Okay, so now I'm going to go to a real tool right here. Okay, so we're using Joni's. So this is like legitimate right here. When you go in, Joni's got 5 urgent leads. She's got 3 people to follow up that are in her all active, and there's nobody that responded, to her emails as of yet, because we just started like a couple of days ago, correct? But again, this is her dashboard. When she first comes into work, she's going to see her appointments, right, Joni? Okay, now you got 5 fresh leads. When I click the urgents, these are going to give me a list. It's a micro list of just my urgent leads. If it's set up the right way, these are supposed to be only leads that haven't been responded to yet. Does that make sense? Yes. Once they're responded to, they're going to go from urgent, follow me on this, they're going to go from urgent to follow-up. That's the way that I want this tool to work, okay? Again, that is the way that I want this to work. I only want your urgents to be leads that you haven't responded to yet. Now, what's amazing about this, think about it. You got to think of your CRM or your ILM like a big file cabinet. You've got a choice. Do you want to have one drawer with no file folders and no dividers? Or do you want to have a big old file cabinet with 5 drawers with folders and subfolders to be extremely organized and neat? Now, what happens if you've got one file folder and no dividers? It gets real messy really quick. You can't find anything. That's what I want this to be. There's no reason, based on your protocol, that we should have urgents that are anything else. We just want to know, what are your fresh urgent leads? Those are people that just came in right now. Got to respond to them right now. Right, folks? Okay. Look excited. You're on video. Come on, smile, everybody.
show us how to delete one?
I will. I'll go into that in a little bit. Okay, I'll definitely go into the deletes, but we definitely want to. We don't ever want to delete anything. If there's a duplicate lead, I don't even know why you want to delete, but if there's a duplicate lead, you want to consolidate or merge the leads. If it's a dead lead, you want to deactivate it or put it into the dead or lost status. We never, for security reasons, accountability circumstances, never want to delete anything in there. If there's a deletion that needs to get done, that's only going to be done by the owner. Okay, by the guy that's last name's on the building, Minsker. Okay, Jason. I don't want anybody else to delete anything just for security and accountability protocols. So now to go back in here, if this is a real situation where Joni comes in, she's got 5 leads. What she's going to do, and I'm going to demonstrate in the next video going into the individual lead. But for right now, after she opened the dashboard, after she hits urgent, 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 then she's going to go to responses. But look, there's no responses that are there. So now she's going to go into her all active, her all follow-up. Does that make sense? Now, right now, you see past due, this is a fledgling department. There shouldn't be anything past due. Something's wrong in the automated email protocol. Say again?
Set up for 3 days.
Okay, that shouldn't be it. So you follow me on this. Past due is not 3 days. Past due is post 30 days. So anything in 31 days or more should be past due. Does that make sense now? Okay, now this will make your life so much easier, folks, with iMagic. Follow me again. I'm going to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes on this one thing because this is so important. When the coordinator comes into work, after they do the 3-minute books, which we'll train on later, then they're supposed to go through their dashboard, which was right over here before I clicked it, and it gives you kind of basically a dashboard snapshot of where all the numbers are, right? The next thing that's going to happen here is they're going to click the urgents. That's the first thing they're going to do is click the fresh leads. Now, if you think about it, follow my logic here, that's all they need to do is click, you know, the urgents to hit your fresh leads. After that, if there's any responses, they should go right over here to responses, and those are the second most priority. Those are the second hottest things. Those are people that contact you back. And why is that the second most priority, folks? Because first of all, I told you, JD Paris has only 11 to 14% connection ratio on the phones. You only have about a 15% or so average read-open rate. Maybe your store will be higher, but on average, maybe 20-25% read-open rate. That means the vast majority of people don't open up emails. So if you actually got an email response, that's a hot prospect. Do you understand me? Now, why? Then, Sean, if that's a hot prospect, why do we handle your fresh leads? Because statistically, you know, research shows that people that you respond to the fastest have a higher closing ratio. So, and there's a direct correlation from closing ratio to response time. So what is your response time? Instantaneous. Not 5 minutes, not 10 days, not 10 minutes. It is instantaneous. Sean, can you give me an example of that? I mean, you want to call somebody on the phone and say, you know, hey, you know, just and go through your phone process, and they say, oh my gosh, I'm still on the email. I just clicked enter. You know what your response should be? Sorry for the delay. You want to have instantaneous response time. So again, first thing that Joni does when she walks in is that she's going to, you know, do her 3-minute book. After she does the 3-minute book, she's going to look at her current appointments or reminders for the day. Then when she goes right into engaging her stuff, and this is like within the first 5 to 10 minutes, that's all done. First things first, she's going to click, you know, urgent. She's going to handle all the fresh leads. That means, when I say handle, that means specifically make sure that the emails went out, and, you know, automated, and then if not, do them, and then all she's going to do is make the phone call and try to connect. If there's no connection, if there's a connection, you handle it, and then you go on to the next lead, next lead, next lead, next lead, next lead. Then you're going to click responses. After you go into responses, those are anybody that emailed you back, and then you handle it on a case-by-case basis. Now, if you've handled all of your urgents and all your responses, then you should click follow-up. Follow-up is your all active leads. What should be in your follow-up section are all leads that are in whatever category other than they set an appointment and they're ready to buy a car. Does that make sense? And I think even the people that you set appointment are still going to be in your follow-up until they show up. Am I correct? So yeah, so basically strike that. Anybody that's in this tool that you have not deaded and it has not reached 31 days. Does that make sense? So all active means all the people that you're following up. That means if you've got to call them for follow-up, you've got to call them for STIPs, call them for credit, call them because they're talking to their wives, call them because you're thinking about it. You're not calling because they said, wait a minute, I need a little time, I'm going on vacation, I'm doing this, I'm that. Whatever follow-up process you are, as long as it's 31 days, or actually 30 days or less, if it's 31 days or more, it's got to be in the past due or post 30-day follow-up. Does that make sense to everybody? Have I cleared that up? Okay.